What's good, guys? KBD here. I am a bit under the weather, so my N's are going to sound a little weird, and my M's, but just don't make any remarks in the comments. But this month is a little short. We only have 3 trains to showcase to you guys, and they were all in one day. This was the morning of Lakeland. This is a Wednesday, and this was the same Wednesday morning as the Wednesday night where I recorded Wheels Up Wednesday. But this is the first train that we're going to see over here, which is M457 at People's Lane at Peachtree Street, which there was initially 2 views I had for this guy, but unfortunately now there's only 1. Since the video got corrupted in my hard drive, I was not able to retrieve the video, but luckily my phone behind me was recording, so that's the good part. You guys still get to see this train, luckily, but unfortunately it was from my phone and not from the camera. Here is M457, you guys. Unfortunately I was not behind the camera, so you're just gonna have to watch it pass. As y'all should know, I'm going to be turning 15 soon, which means I'm going to be getting my driver's permit, which also means I'm also saving for a car. And that car is going to be my new train chase vehicle, and I'm going to custom make it so that it's, well, I guess I'm not going to custom make it, but I'm going to put iPhone mounts and stuff like that, all the things I need inside the train chase. I'm going to be getting my driver's permit in a couple months, but I'm most likely going to be getting my car in around June, July, or August. If you know the story behind the Wheels Up Wednesday tragedy, well, today has been a terrible day, because I've seen some really cool things today, but a lot of them weren't even on video. Luckily, M457 was the only train that wasn't on video. We got L772 coming with a YN2 in the front, number 408. Now, I'm very glad I saw this YN2 because a YN2 shortage has been happening where the YN2s have either been turned into CM44CHs, I meant AHs, sorry, or they're just getting scrapped entirely. But here's one thing they're all going to go through by most likely 2027. They're all going to get repainted, which means I need to catch every YN2 I can before then. It really bums me out because the YN2s is one of my favorite things about CSX's fleet. My shutter speed was still on 360 degrees because of my last Gatorland trip. I always had it on 360 degrees. I should have set it to 180 because of how fast this train was moving. Because if I tried to get a snapshot of one of the cars, it would have been hard because a lot of light was captured in one frame. But here we got our last train coming, M452, the morning's northbound mixed freight. We have a green signal for him outbound on the Carter subdivision, merging with the Lakeland sub. This guy was fairly nice because he honked his horn for me even though it was a no horn zone when he came by. Well, it doesn't mean he's breaking any rules though, because a no horn zone doesn't mean that you're required to not honk the horn. It means you're not required to honk the horn, which means you can, but you don't have to. in other crossings where it's not a no-horn zone, you're required to honk the horn and go through the usual railroad pattern every crossing that you cross. This guy just took a few seconds out of his life to just honk the horn a few times and made my day. See, train drivers, it's that easy just to make a photographer's day. Just give them a good show. It takes a few seconds, and it doesn't hurt you. And I highly apologize that there wasn't many trains this month. It's tornado season, so I've been mainly focusing on the incoming storms. And also, we did so much on February, and we traveled the country, so I kind of wanted to give it to February. This April is going to be filled with cars and planes, though, so be prepared for that. Not sure what the train schedule's looking like, but nothing for now. So enjoy this while you got it. M452 is inbound on the Carter sub, merging into Lakeland sub. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if this is still Carter sub, but it feels like it. This reminds me, if you've been curious about what's going on with the Cordele Trains Galore, I have forgot about that because a lot of things has been going on. So I will be continuing that right after I'm done with this video, literally. Here comes the final train of March 2026. M452 barrels down the People's Lane, taking I-178's path with a flared Mack trailing. Now, I think this is a good time to mention that I've discontinued my photography business because literally nothing happened within a span of a month and a half, if not 2 months. So I'm kind of done, to be honest. I'm done wasting my time, and I'm putting my friend that's been making the water march through a lot. So I'm done. I don't know. I just feel like I should mention that. I have way better things to put my time to, so forget it. hold on, don't click off yet. Before you leave, I want to discuss all the things that are going to be coming up in April, because we have a lot planned, ladies and gentlemen. As I said earlier, it is tornado season, guys, so I would like to show you a little video I made of the 2011 Joplin tornado that someone I knew mutually, I don't think I can say on here, but someone I knew mutually did unfortunately go through this, but did fortunately make it, and told me a lot of details about this thing, so I'm somewhat connected with it. So I don't know, I just thought I'd make a video on it. I personally think it, other than the experiences that I was told, I personally think it was the scariest tornado that has probably ever been, because there was a lot of people that were terrorized that day, and a 1.5 mile wide EF5 tornado that literally wiped the entire town of Joplin clean. The devastation was compared to, if not worse, than the Greensburg 2007 tornado, and Joplin ended up killing 161 people and leaving 1,000 injured. Now, this was the most devastating tornado in the 2011 tornado outbreak that produced over 6 EF5s and 2 breaking records, which the El Reno 2011 tornado was the strongest tornado that's ever lived. It had 310 mile-an-hour winds, which set a record for a long time until El Reno 2013 happened. And then Joplin ended up being the deadliest since the 1920 tri-state tornado that happened. For my whole life, basically, I've always found tornadoes interesting, but I barely make videos on them because I can't chase them physically, and at least for now. I don't know if I will, because I'm just now realizing how dangerous it is, but I used to always see, and I still do, see them as cool science experiments, but at the same time, tornadoes like these can be straight nightmares and can take everything from people, if not take them, in a span of 30 seconds. So it is way more than just your science experiment. It could be a whole lot more, meaning it could wipe out hundreds of lives in a span of 38 minutes.
Oh, it's getting big. Let's do it! Oh my gosh. Oh, sweet Jesus, keep me safe.
Oh, good goal. Ah, really good.
Jesus.
We need to be in our tornado safe place.
Given a final rating of EF5.
There is one more thing I'd like to talk about the Joplin tornado, and it has to be the most horrific fact I've ever read on the internet. There were children survivors that were questioned after the Joplin tornado, and what they said was truly horrifying. What they said sounded nice, but the obvious scientific concept behind it is truly not, and very unsettling. Children survivors claimed to have seen butterfly-looking humanoid people. They said they were flying around the tornado and then eventually protected them and shielding them from the tornado and flying debris. Now that sounds pleasant at first, but the context behind it, what it most likely was seriously unsettling. Majority of the people that heard this theory believed that what the kids saw were actually victims of the tornado flying around. But there's however 2 theories on why it could have been called the butterfly people and what they saw in that aspect. There's one theory where it could have been an illusion. When the human brain is scared or threatened, it kicks to natural instinct where it can set illusions to keep it safe. Where this is where it could have been the butterfly people instead of just regular people. But the other theory was that maybe it was real, and there's actually an explanation behind this. 220 mile-an-hour winds of straight wind gust and wind pressure going back and forth may have ripped and teared the human flesh, making it flap like wings. Now here's the part that makes me gag, is that They said that they were shielding them from the tornado and flying debris, which means only one thing. These corpses and people were lying on top of them, and their best instinct and thoughts were, this is an angel or a person protecting me. However, it was much more unsettling than that. Many, and I mean many more survivors claim to have seen literal body parts hanging around trees, people impaled, and heads literally on the ground, away from their body, miles away. And most likely all 160 people ended up like that. This was the most catastrophic nightmare of Mother Nature that I've ever documented or even learned about. And I don't think at least half of you are going to look at Joplin the same again. I want to give my condolences out to the people that were affected by this tornado, traumatized by this ordeal, or lost people from this tornado. You all went through a nightmare, whether you lost someone during this ordeal or you went through it yourself and walked out alive. I truly hope I didn't give anyone PTSD through this video. I was just explaining the facts. Joplin heavily deserved the EF5 rating and the most nightmare of a tornado that has ever been documented. The fastest strengthening tornado that ever lived, and was the strongest tornado in the 2011 outbreak. Anyone who was a part of any ordeal that had to do with a very strong tornado, or any tornado at all, or anything to do with the 2011 outbreak, I seriously give my condolences to all of you. No one deserves to go through what happened that day. Keep in mind, the Joplin tornado only lasted for 38 minutes, and it became one of the biggest nightmares that people have ever witnessed in their entire lives. Just think about that. Just 30 minutes became a living nightmare for hundreds, if not thousands of people. Hundreds of people from the Joplin High School graduated that exact day that the Joplin, Missouri tornado happened, and 7 of them didn't even last a day while trying to build their lives. Graduation is supposed to be the start of everything, the start of your life, and the start to build everything, and to build your life of adulthood. But they lost it in not even minutes. Hundreds of homes were wiped off their foundations, so all those people that owned those homes that survived had to literally rebuild their lives right after that moment. It took 5 years to rebuild Joplin, but still, it was a nightmare. In April, we have 2 air shows coming up and 2 car meets coming up. April 11th, April 12th, April 18th, and April 19th. April 11th is the Celebration once-a-year car meet. April 12th is the Cocoa Beach Blue Angels watchover show of when they fly over the Atlantic Ocean at a beach. Now, April 18th is the Hop Hydraulic Lowrider Car Show that will be used for movie scenes in Outlaw Velocity. That should be the first movies recorded. And then finally, April 19th is the Thunderbirds Air Show. In the middle of those 2 weekends, on Wednesday, we're going to be doing Wheels Up Wednesday at Orlando Speed World. Now, if you don't know what Wheels Up Wednesday is, it's where all the drag cars line up and gather up in this one event, in this dragway event, where they test start for NHRA certified events. Only the winners go through. That's why they try their damnedest to get through. We have a lot planned this April. I will see you guys there.